Imagine a moment so fleeting, it barely registers. A blur of motion over 100 meters that utterly rewrites the immutable laws of human potential. On a cool evening in Berlin, a giant, 6'5", long-limbed marvel leaned out of the blocks. And exactly 9.58 seconds later, the world was left gasping. This was not just a world record. This was a seismic event, an unthinkable leap in speed that felt more like science fiction than reality. A benchmark that shattered the previous mark by an astounding 0.11 seconds, the largest ever single-digit drop in the 100-meter world record since the introduction of fully automatic timing. A dramatic testament to a speed previously considered impossible. The mathematical models of human locomotion were instantly rendered obsolete by this single, explosive flash of brilliance. The man responsible for this impossible act was Usain Bolt. And that single, explosive run is the core of a story that transcends sport, detailing a generational shift in human capability, charisma, and commercial magnetism that dominated 3 consecutive Olympic eras. His journey is a testament to the power of self-belief, disciplined execution, and the cultural momentum of his island nation, a story of the fragile human body, pushing past its supposed mechanical limits through sheer force of will and a unique physical architecture, ultimately becoming the embodiment of speed itself. From the red dust of rural Jamaica to the dazzling lights of the world's most scrutinized arenas, his journey is the improbable tale of a gangly, excessively tall sprinter who defied every piece of conventional wisdom regarding track mechanics to become arguably the greatest athlete of all time. A legend whose records stand as colossal, almost untouchable monuments in the realm of speed. Born on the 21st of August 1986 in Sherwood Content, Trelawney Parish, Jamaica, Bolt's roots were embedded in the simple, yet foundational, economy of the countryside. He was the son of local grocers, where he learned the early lessons of hard work and community, a setting far removed from the global spotlight he would command. His early years were defined by a deep, visceral passion for sport, especially cricket, where he excelled as a fast bowler, and his enduring love for European football, particularly Real Madrid and Manchester United. It was not his own singular focus, but the pragmatic eye of his high school cricket coach, Pablo McNeil, that steered the then-teenager toward track and field, recognizing the raw, untapped velocity that might be wasted on the cricket pitch, a decision that would redirect the course of global athletics and launch the country's sprinting revolution, forever changing Jamaica's identity on the global stage. His first true competitive medal, surprisingly, was a bronze in the 80-meter hurdles at a local Western Champs meet, where he literally jumped his way to a podium finish, foreshadowing his capacity to transcend traditional track expectations. This early, playful approach gradually honed into focus under his first track coach, Dwayne Jarrett, before he eventually connected with the man who would define his career. By the precocious age of 15, in 2002, Bolt first marked himself as a track prodigy at the IAAF World Junior T&F Championships in Kingston, winning gold in the 200 meters, 20.61 seconds, before the biggest crowd ever to watch that meet a crowd of fervent Jamaicans that instilled in him the immense pressure and pride of representing his nation. He became the youngest ever male world junior champion in any event, leaving the meet with 3 medals in total, 2 silvers in the 4x100M and 4x400M relays. The momentum continued, even as he was hampered by the challenges of his imposing physique and recurrent hamstring injuries. At age 16, he cut the junior age 19 and under 200-meter world record to 20.13 seconds, and at 17, he became the first teenager to break 20 seconds in the race, clocking 19.93 seconds at the Carifta Games in Bermuda in 2004. Yet, the path was not a straight shot of glory. A persistent hamstring injury, a chronic struggle throughout his early career, stemming partly from a debilitating case of scoliosis that gave him a slightly uneven stride and demanded constant maintenance and physiotherapy prevented him from advancing beyond the 200-meter heats at the 2004 Athens Olympics, and he placed last in the 2005 World Championships final in Helsinki, pulling up short in the cold and wet weather. A moment of profound public and personal frustration that demonstrated the fragility beneath the emerging power. He missed the entire 2006 Commonwealth Games in Australia after suffering another hamstring injury while running a relay leg in Kingston, an absence that coincided with a Jamaican party sweep of the sprints, amplifying the disappointment of his non-participation and leading to public boos from the very home crowd he yearned to please. This devastating episode, where he felt the intense sting of local scorn, led to an important, painful realization, driven by Coach Mills. You can't sit around and worry about other people's thoughts. You have to do this for you. This principle allowed Bolt to shed the weight of the island's expectations and run for himself, freeing him from unnecessary pressure and allowing him to truly enjoy the process, finding the fun in what was otherwise torturous work. It took the critical intervention of his revered coach, Glenn Mills, to forge the talent into a champion. Mills, a figure of immense wisdom and strategic insight, and the head coach of the Racers Track Club, recognized that Bolt's mental approach was as crucial as his physical gifts, often engaging him in long conversations on life and philosophy, not just track, to understand his inner workings. Coach Mills preached a set of foundational mindsets, principles designed to cultivate an impenetrable mindset. You have to want something, meaning Bolt had to find a why that transcended mere gold medals. Whether it was the desire to give his parents a better life, the craving for a fast car, or the competitive fire to defeat a rival like Tyson Gay, you can't do some of the work. You have to do it all. A principle that hit Bolt in the stomach like a dodgeball, when his slacking off in gym work caused him to lose the 200 meters in 2007. And learning the mind is as important as learning the body. Bolt, standing at an immense 6 feet 5 inches, 1.96 meters, and weighing around 207 pounds, 94 kilograms, defied the conventional wisdom that such height was a disadvantage for sprinters, who typically thrive on a low center of gravity for explosive starts and rapid leg turnover. His towering height meant his initial acceleration was a perennial weakness, leading to his famous late-race surges, and something he actively worked to distract himself from before races by thinking about video games or what he would eat. But this physical trait was profoundly compensated for by a ridiculously long, powerful stride, allowing him to cover the 100 meters in approximately 41 steps, significantly fewer than the 45 steps taken by most competitors. This long stride length, coupled with high maximum velocity, reaching up to 44.72 kilometers per hour during his 2009 peak, faster than any human has ever been reliably measured, was the technical secret to his sustained, middle-to-end race dominance, essentially allowing him to cruise past rivals in the final 40 meters. In 2007, newly dedicated to his training and determined to overcome his weaknesses, Bolt broke the 30-year-old Jamaican 200-meter national record held by the great Donald Quarry with a time of 19.75 seconds, securing silver medals in the 200 meters and 4x100m relay at the World Championships in Osaka, Japan. It was a loss in the 200 meters to American rival Tyson Gay in Osaka that provided the key psychological spark, the sworn enemy that Coach Mills urged him to find, driving Bolt to commit fully to the strenuous grunt work that built his stamina and physical strength, culminating in a physique he would proudly admire in the mirror. This new dedication allowed him to persuade Mills to let him try the 100 meters after Mills set him a demanding ultimatum: break the Jamaican 200 meters record to earn the right to race the 100 meters, and run the 100 meters in 10.3 seconds to be released from the grueling 400 meters, an event Bolt despised. He crushed the challenge, running 10.03 seconds in his first professional race at the distance, proving the coach's strategic gamble correct. The next critical steps came quickly. On the 3rd of May 2008, he lowered his best 100 meters time to 9.76 seconds, then the world's second fastest mark. And just 4 weeks later in New York City, he officially broke the world record, running 9.72 seconds to defeat Tyson Gay, signaling the start of the Lightning Bolt era. The true explosion onto the global consciousness occurred at the Beijing 2008 Olympic Games. Bolt became the first man since the controversial American legend Carl Lewis in 1984 to win the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x 100-meter relay in a single Olympics, achieving a legendary triple that was immediately immortalized by the fact that he set world records in all 3 events: 9.69 seconds, 100 meters, 19.3 seconds, 200 meters, and 37.1 seconds, 4x100m. His performance was defined not just by raw speed, but by an electrifying showmanship, including famously beginning his victory celebration around 80 meters into the 100 meters final, yet still winning by a significant 0.2-second margin, the largest since Lewis's victory. His record-breaking 200-meter victory held an unprecedented 0.66-second winning margin, highlighting his utter dominance. The immense shine of this triple-triple was later dulled when he was forced to return his Beijing 4x100m medal after teammate Nesta Carter was retroactively banned for a doping violation. A setback Bolt met with dignity, but his personal record remained impeccable. Further magic followed at the 2009 World Championships in Berlin, which proved to be his peak of physical performance. In the 100-meter final, under perfect conditions with a slight tailwind, Bolt delivered the historic 9.58 seconds, crossing the line with such a massive lead that the second-place finisher, Tyson Gay, 9.71 seconds, was a full stride behind him, a chasm virtually unheard of in elite sprinting and a margin that may never be seen again. 4 days later, he replicated the unbelievable margin in the 200-meter final, running 19.19 seconds, breaking his own record by the same 0.11-second margin as his 100 meters feat. A display of simultaneous power and sustained acceleration that truly cemented him as a phenomenon whose times remain the official world records today, times that many experts believe may stand for decades. The London 2012 Olympic Games saw him secure a historic double-triple, defending his 100 meters and 200 meters titles, becoming the first person to win both sprints in consecutive Olympiads and setting a new Olympic record in the 100 meters. He added the 4x100m relay gold, helping the Jamaican team set a new world record of 36.84 seconds, 7 of the 10 fastest times in history belonging to Jamaican teams featuring Bolt. This success, coming after a false start disqualification in the 100 meters final at the 2011 World Championships in Daegu, which served as a momentary, dramatic reminder of the high-stakes pressure, did not derail his dominance, as he recovered to take gold in the 200 meters and 4x100m, adding to his 11 World T and F Championships titles. He continued to sweep the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100m events at the World Championships in Moscow in 2013 and Beijing in 2015, extending his record for the most 200-meter wins at the World Championships to 4, proving his enduring physical and mental edge despite the cumulative wear on his body. His crowning achievement came at the Rio de Janeiro 2016 Olympic Games, where, one day before his 30th birthday, he completed the triple-triple, securing golds in the 100-meter, 200-meter, and 4x 100-meter relay events, becoming the first person to win golds in the 2 individual sprints in 3 straight Olympics, a legacy unparalleled in track and field, and one that secured his place as a living legend. He retired from athletics after the 2017 World Championships, where he won a bronze in the 100 meters and finished 8th in the 4x100m relay final after suffering a devastating hamstring injury while running the anchor leg, collapsing across the line in a poignant, painful end to a peerless career. A dramatic moment of vulnerability that showed the final cost of pushing the human machine beyond its natural limits. Since retiring, Bolt has remained a high-profile figure, attempting to fulfill his childhood dream of playing professional football, training with major sides, including Borussia Dortmund in Germany and the Central Coast Mariners in Australia. His trial with the Mariners in 2018 drew massive media attention and speculation, featuring him in preseason matches where he even scored 2 goals, though his efforts, which highlighted the immense gap between raw speed and professional skill in a complex team sport, ultimately did not lead to a lasting professional contract. He has engaged in numerous business ventures, including a new range of electric scooters, a clothing line with Puma, a successful restaurant chain called Tracks and Records, an esports team called Wild, and an insole company called Enertor, demonstrating his entrepreneurial reach alongside the continued work of the Usain Bolt Foundation, which is dedicated to creating opportunities for youth in Jamaica. On a personal level, he has built a family with his partner, Cassie Bennett, welcoming their daughter, Olympia Lightning, in 2020, and twin sons, further intertwining his personal story with his athletic legacy. He has received global recognition for his achievements, including the prestigious Laureus World Sportsman of the Year on 4 occasions and the IAAF Male Athlete of the Year 6 times. His legacy transcends his medals and records. His effortless charm and humor, his signature "to die world" pose, and his ability to command attention made him the global superstar the Olympic Games desperately needed for over a decade. His philosophy, echoing Coach Mills, remains a testament to mental strength. It's 50 over 50. You can be really fit, but if you're not mentally prepared for the challenge ahead, at times, you will fail. By learning to distract himself from his own self-doubt and focusing on executing the plan, he achieved a state of flow, where time is moving slow while running, allowing him to dominate a sport measured in hundredths of a second. The ultimate challenge for the next generation of track athletes will be to find a star of his magnitude to replace the charisma and raw, unparalleled speed of Usain Bolt. The story of the fastest man alive is one of both physical miracle and profound mental mastery.